Did you know in 1805, an American inventor named Oliver Evans designed the first refrigeration machine? The first practical refrigerating machine was built by Jacob Perkins in 1834. It used a vapor compression cycle.
The reason why refrigeration is so important is because it makes items last longer by keeping it cold, which slows down the bacteria that would process faster if it wasn't refrigerated.
When refrigeration first came out, it was used for the wealthy and their needs. It wasn't as advanced as it is now. Refrigeration is used for not just making food last longer, but it's used to keep medical equipment cool and is now in many homes and stores all across the world.
Refrigeration's immediate impact for people is for food preservation and storage. Diets involve when people could purchase and eat fresher foods year-round instead of relying on canned foods.
It has evolved from being used in snows and caves to keep items cold, but would many times be at the wrong temperature for items. It later evolved into being able to be a controlled temperature that could help make a difference in the lifespan of whatever was being stored, such as food and medicine. Refrigeration today is not just seen in homes for food or hospitals for medicine, but in grocery stores and restaurants, and in wine companies and factories.
This innovation is important to human history because it has allowed for food and medicine to be more affordable, because it allows them to not expire. If refrigeration were to disappear today, prices for what was stored in it would rise. Also, science relies on refrigeration to keep some of their work preserved, and if it were to just disappear, much of what they could do would be much harder to do than before.
In 1928, Alexander Fleming found a mold on a discarded culture plate that had antibacterial action. The bacteria was later known as penicillin. It was used to treat staphylococcus and also other major killers at that time period were tuberculosis and pneumonia.
The purpose of antibiotics back then was used to heal staphylococcus. Now it's used to treat sinus infections, ear infections, throat infections, and strep throat. It's also used to treat illnesses caused by bacteria. If the illness is a virus, it will not have any effect. Because of the creation of antibiotics, bacterial infection as a cause of death plummeted. Between 1944 and 1972, human life expectancy jumped by 8 years, an increase largely credited to the introduction of antibiotics.
Antibiotics have changed the world then and now. We keep finding out new cures for diseases, able to avoid the common inflammation from getting sick, able to cure more diseases as time goes on, and stop the disease before it spreads, also allowing us to find and solve. Antibiotics have evolved since there are more machines for tests and machines that make the drugs. Also, they can protect you from getting more diseases, stronger and quicker moving drugs to cure sicknesses faster and more efficient.